few things, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Mr. Hubbard, who's the founder of Scientology, is a patriot. He's an American. He's actually a veteran, decorated. He was a naval commander during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
He's very much a patriot.
But hold on, by those standards, just being in the military and serving or whatever, then George Bush, HW, would be a patriot. Even W would be a patriot. And I don't think either of those two would be patriots.
The thing that I was calling in about, Jason, if I might, is that I would love it if you could actually read some of Mr. Hubbard's writings on freedom that he wrote in the early 70s and I actually think it was the early 70s, maybe the late 70s, because the things that he writes about are spot on with you and exactly what you're saying. They are totally spot on. He was a patriot. He's no longer with us, but he was very much an American, and unlike psychiatry and psychology, which are German and Russian, Freud and Wundt, Mr. Hubbard was very much an American.
All right. I want to get one more thing from you, and then I got to let you go so I can go to another caller. I just want to get your take on, what South Park did. At the upper echelons of Scientology, do they believe this stuff that, aliens from a volcano came to this earth, the Thetans and all this other stuff? I mean, I see it denied all the time by prominent Scientologists. I'm wondering what your take on that is.
Right now, you want me to say?
Yeah, no. I'm just asking whether you think that's phony or is that really a part of the religion at the upper echelons. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there about Scientology that is portrayed in a negative light. I won't disagree with you on that. Personally, I'm up in the air about L. Ron Hubbard. From what I've read, I don't particularly like the guy, but I will read the writings that you're talking about, and maybe we'll do a fair and balanced piece. We'll go back and forth sometime in the next coming weeks. But obviously, average Scientologists don't believe that. But at the upper echelons, do they believe that, these Thetan things do exist and that they're, from the volcano? I mean, it seems like it's like this outer space weird cult thing. I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just putting it out there.
I understand. People can say all kinds of things about a lot of different things. People are saying in the news that terrible untruths and half-truths about Alex and about different things because they might disagree. Whatever you've heard is certainly not true. That the term Satan basically means spirit, human spirit. That's all it means.
All right, Kay, I gotta jump. And I'm gonna do a whole thing on the Scientology issue now that I've got a Scientologist listening and calling into the show. I feel like I have to do that. Thank you for the call. Let's jump to Casey in Arizona. You're on the air.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, earlier today it was awesome. I was listening to Wrestling Buddies because I hear some kooky things what he says, but there was Obama deception advertisements on there, and I'm wondering if they even ever watched the movie because obviously it tears up their boy Georgie too. No,
of course not. What happened is Ted Anderson was smart. I mean, I had Ted Anderson on earlier, and I was talking about what a genius he is because he's running commercials all over the country on, he's running commercials on Howard 100 and Howard 101 for The Creature from Jekyll Island, but he's really smart about it. He's saying this very important book, not saying what the book is, and saying that it's coming with a silver dollar and it's backed by Ron Paul. And he took out a bunch of ads all over conservative radio for the Obama deception as well, because Ted is really about getting this information out. And we were pulled from a couple of them. I believe that we were pulled from Glenn Beck, and I think that we were pulled from Sean Hannity's show, but I don't think Limbaugh's gotten hip to it yet. We'll see. They definitely haven't seen it. Listen, that's advertiser money, man. I would be lying to you if, I would be lying to you if I said that all the commercials that are on between my thing, I know what the products are. I don't. Those are network commercials. All I can vouch for are my sponsors, I take the sponsors that I believe in. So I'm hoping that they don't get hip to it and they play those commercials for the next month.
I hope so too. I just was thinking it was cool that it was on there today. Anyway, I wanted to tell you, I watched Loose Change. Been listening to you and Alex for like 5 or 6 months now, researching all this stuff, myself and Googling stuff. I was wondering if you've heard of a couple other documentaries. There's 9/11 Coincidences, the series.
I don't know about the 9/11 Coincidences one. I'm not sure if I've seen that one. What else
the other
you
one's
got?
Missing Links. That's Mike Delaney.
Yeah, the Missing Links thing is just anti-Semitic. I mean, is some of it legitimate? Sure, but a lot of the legitimate stuff that's in there is in my film Fabled Enemies. I legitimately go after Israel. I don't say that there's... Hold on. Yeah, no, I just don't like, and I'll hold you over to the next segment, man. I just don't like the fact that he says that they share a racial bounds or something, and then he's got Hasidic Jews dancing around in the background. It's ridiculous. We'll come back after this. All right, folks, we are back. Final segment of the InfoWarrior. And, let me just address this missing links. Yeah. Let's just address this missing links situation right now. This is by a guy who openly says that I'm Jewish. I'm not Jewish. I've never been to temple in my life. I've met him on several occasions before he went off the deep end and tried to talk some sense into him. He used to be more about controlled demolition and whatnot. He is an open Nazi. Let me repeat that. He is an open Nazi on his website. And he you know what his website is about? Have you been to his website, Casey?
No, I have not.
All right. His website, go there. It's prothink.org, and it asks the Jewish question. He literally is asking the quote-unquote Jewish question. All right.
Okay.
You said that you've seen, you said you've seen Loose Change. Have you seen Fabled Enemies yet? Yes, I've seen Fabled Enemies too as well. There's a And like I say, I went to his MySpace page. I didn't go to the ProThink page. Mm-hmm. And I thought they were just talking about the Zionist part, because there are plenty of Jewish people that are against that faction. Sure. And like we had a caller earlier, listen, Zionists exist. Zionism is a real thing. I mean, the people that created Israel were openly Zionists. The people that are pro-Israel right now are openly Zionists. People like Joe Biden. I get a lot of flack, apparently, because I never put Dov Zakheim in any of my movies. Look, I can't prove that Dov Zakheim did anything other than buy a couple of planes. Again, I try to stick to what I can prove to. Yeah, I know, but I don't know where I can fit that into 9/11. There are plenty of crazy things that happened on 9/11 that I just haven't talked about in my films, like the CEO meeting that was being held by Warren Buffett. That never makes any of my movies. I think that's very interesting. The Camp David affair. I can't talk about that. I can't fit everything into something that's supposed to be palatable for people in under 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. I think you guys have done a great job. I was just asking if you'd seen a couple of his other things. No. Hey, I'm not coming down on you. I just know that I've had people call in, and you're covering up for the Jews, Jason. You're a dirty Jew, Jason. Alex Jones is Jewish. I just can't take it. And I get fired up because I have to watch Colbert, and the woman go, well, this Indonesian minister thinks that the government may have made this, or the Jews. It's not really clear. And they always want to play that card and make it about anti-Semitism. You know what I'm saying, Casey? I do, and I really appreciate being able to talk with you about that. And hey, I wanted to tell you, I talked to you a couple weeks ago. My son had the flu. He's doing a lot better now, and hopefully nothing comes back. But I just wanted to let you know, because I talked Excellent, about that. Brother. Hey, thank you for the call. Let's jump to Carly in California. Carly, you're on the line.
Hello.
Yes.
I heard you a little earlier rip some guy up about the vaccinations.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
I have a injured son with the vaccinations. He is autistic and other things. And he is 25 years old now. And it is the worst thing that could happen to a family. The worst. And I've heard people say, well, you don't want your kid to get some disease and die. Well, you know what? This sounds harsh, and people might call and say that horrible woman that called in, but you know what? Being autistic is worse than death. And it might be, and I'm not trying to be grim here, but, like I tell people, I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees. And if you let the government poison you to the point where your brain is literally attacked and you no longer function at the level you used to, you are living on your knees. I'm going to die on my feet. I'm going out swinging. I want to knock one out of the park. I want to take somebody with me, somebody that tried to cause this damage. Thank you so much for the call, Carly. Folks, if you missed any of the program, we got the podcast on the left-hand side. The website is theinfowarrior.com. I'll be hosting the Alex Jones Show on Sunday. Back 9 to midnight on Monday. God bless you all.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. I've told you for a long time it's important to be self-sufficient. And today, that's more important than ever. We need to be independent, and food and water is the key. You'll never have to stand in a bread line if you have your own bread. You'll never have to go to the Superdome and beg for FEMA to take care of your family in any emergency if you simply prepare. No one is going to take care of your family in the final equation but you. You know eFoodsDirect.com is still able to ship storable food that's safe from E. coli, salmonella, genetic alteration, or Chinese imports. And they do it at almost half the cost of last year's grocery prices. Call 1-800-409-5633. Or on the web, go to eFoodsDirect.com. Visit eFoodsDirect.com and look over the fine list of high-quality, freeze-dried, and dehydrated foods they have to offer. Watch the free videos. Look at their online catalog.